Alright, I've downloaded OpenDJ and OpenIDM from the community website, and they're now placed in my /opt folder, and I'm going to quickly show and demonstrate how to install them. So the first thing that we'll do is to unzip OpenIDM, which will unpack everything into the /opt folder under OpenIDM. The second thing we'll do is to install OpenDJ. So we'll do the same thing, and that will unzip the content, and it will create a folder called OpenDJ, and that's where OpenDJ directory will be. Now, what we're going to do quickly here is set up OpenDJ. Just run the setup. I'm doing this as the super user in my environment, and this will launch the graphical installer. We're just going to push through the settings here and leave the defaults, and I'm going to put in a password. I'm using password as password. And we're going to set this up as a standalone server on my local machine. And we're just going to use this default base DN. In fact, we'll do an import from an LDIF file. We're going to use the sample one in the OpenIDM folder under samples. Sample 2B, the data, and there's an example.ldif. So we're going to go ahead and import that one. Click next, next, and finish. And that should set up OpenDJ exactly how we want it for showcasing the demonstration that I'm going to go ahead and do. This installation takes a couple of minutes, but once this is done, we'll have our directory server up and running, and it will be pre-populated with a set of users and a set of groups that is aligned with that sample 2B. Alright, what I've done now, once I've unzipped OpenIDM, I've just entered that directory in my file system, and what we're going to do now is start OpenIDM up, and this will initialize the entire system along with setting up the necessary repository. OpenIDM comes packaged with OrientDB, so essentially you have everything you need to get it up and running without installing any other additional components. What we're going to do in this portion of the demonstration is to set it up using the pre-shipped the sample with the pre-shipped sample called 2B. This essentially integrates with OpenDJ or any LDAP directory, and it does that in a bidirectional way. So OpenIDM from scratch will be empty, and we're going to do a reconcile and discover all the users in OpenDJ. So this starts OpenIDM up, and we can see it's completely ready. And just to make sure, we can have a look by using the screen list command and see all the different services that are running. There are a couple of services that are unsatisfied. That's perfectly normal. The two default ones is the repo.jdbc, as you can see here, as well as the external email that you can see over here. The repo.jdbc, of course, is if you're using a external JDBC repository, a database, and the external email requires some configurations to communicate with an SMTP server. So the system is up and running. What we're going to do next is just fuel up a browser and have a look at the UI. So the UI is accessible by default on port 8443. Just typing in the OpenIDM UI URL will take you to the login screen. The first thing we'll do is log in using the OpenIDM admin account. And it uses the same set of words as password. And this will log you into the system. The default dashboard has a number of different options. You can review all the users that OpenIDM is aware of. You get a dashboard of all the different tasks and processes that are available to you and are running, and you see if you have any notifications of actions that you need to take. And you can also review the profile. And in the case of the OpenIDM admin user, which is a bit of a special account, there's not much there. And you can change password of this account if you wish. Alright, so the next thing we'll do right now is to populate OpenIDM and make OpenIDM aware of the entries or the identities that are stored in OpenDJ. Now, the first thing to just demonstrate what the sample LDIF that we imported into OpenDJ did to the directory, we're just going to launch the control panel quickly and have a look at the entries that got created. We can see our example com domain with some people. In our case here, we have two users, J Doe and B Jensen, and we also have two groups that were part of the sample LDIF that we imported. In another tab, I'm just going to quickly show you the information that is available for this particular sample, and it contains a lot of useful information of how this sample is being intended to work, and also provides you with a set of commands, curl commands, that you can use to follow this sample. The first thing that we're going to do here is to launch this curl command. So I'm just going to copy this. What this essentially will do is it will fuel off a mapping that is being defined in the sync.json file called system LDIP accounts managed user. And what that does is that it will discover all the different accounts in OpenDJ. So I'm just pasting this in, and we're using the default user along with the URL pointing out the mapping of choice. And I press enter, and I get a response with an ID, essentially kicking off the recon in the background. Logging in again using our OpenIDM admin, we can now have a look under users and see that OpenIDM has reconciled with OpenDJ and created records in OpenIDM.